Hello, Squirrel Squad listeners. I meant to do this before I got on, but yummy, yummy, yummy. Leftover tea from the live before we get started reading. Chapter 13, Sylvia's Honeymoon. Oops, forgot to turn my lights on. Oh well. It began with a pleasant journey. Day after day they loitered along country roads that led them through many scenes of summer beauty, pausing at old-fashioned inns and wayside farmhouses, or gypsying at noon in some green nook where their four-footed... Oh no! My thing went out, but then it came back on. I bet my battery's about dead. Pausing at old-fashioned inns and wayside farmhouses, or gypsying at noon in some green nook where their four-footed comrades dined off their tablecloth, while they made merry over the less simple fare their last hostess had provided for them. When the scenery was uninteresting, as was sometimes the case, for nature will not disturb her domestic arrangements for any bridal pair, one or the other read aloud, or both sang, while conversation was a never-failing pastime, and silence had charms which they could enjoy. Sometimes they walked a mile or two, ran down a hillside, rustled through a grain field, strolled into an orchard, or feasted from fruitful hedges by the way, as carefree as the squirrels on the wall or the jolly brown bees lunching at the sign of the clover top. They made friends with sheep in the meadows, cows at the brook, travelers, morose or bland, farmers full of a sturdy sense that made their chat as wholesome as the mold they delved in, M-O-U-L-D, school children barefooted and blithe, and specimens of womankind, from the buxom housewife who took them under her motherly wing at once to the sour, snuffy, shoe-binding spinster with no admittance written all over her face. To more, the world was glorified with the purple light which seldom touches it but once for any of us. The journey was a wedding march, made beautiful by summer, victorious by joy. His young wife, the queen of women, and himself an equal of the gods, became no longer conscious of a want. Sylvia could not be otherwise than happy, for finding unbounded liberty and love her portion, she had nothing to regret, and regarded marriage as an agreeable process which had simply changed her name and given her protector, friend, and lover all in one. She was therefore what's a place? She was therefore her sweetest and sincerest self, miraculously docile and charmingly gay, interested in all she saw, and quite overflowing with delight when the last days of the week betrayed the secret that her destination was the mountains. Loving the sea so well, her few flights from home had given her only marine experiences, and the flavor of entire novelty was added to the feast by her husband, who provided for her. It came to her not only when she could enjoy it most, but when she needed it most, soothing the unquiet, stimulating the nobler elements which ruled her life by turns, and fitting her for what lay behind her. Choosing the quietest roads, Moore showed her the wonders of a region whose wild grandeur and beauty make its memory a lifelong satisfaction. Day after day they followed mountain paths, studying the changes of an ever-varying ever-varying landscape. Watching the flush of dawn redden the granite fronts of these tightened scars with centuries of storm. The luster of noon brooded over them until they smiled. The evening purple wrapped them in its splendor, or moonlight touched them with its magic, till Sylvia, always looking up at that which filled her heart with reverence and awe, was led to look beyond, and through the medium of the friend beside her learned that human love brings us nearer to the divine, and is the surest means to that great end. The last week of the honeymoon came all too soon, for then they had promised to return. The crowning glory of the day, crowning glory of the range, was left until the last, and after a day of memorable delight, Sylvia sat in the sunset, feasting her eyes upon the wonders of a scene which is indescribable. For words have limits, and that is apparently illimitable. Presently more came to her, asking, "Will you join a party to the great ice palace, and see 3 acres of snow in August, worn by a waterfall into a cathedral as white, if not as durable as my marble?" "Yes, no, wait a minute. Marble. I sit so comfortably here, I think I had rather not, but you must go because you like such wonders, and I shall rest till you come back." "Then I shall take myself off and leave you to muse over the pleasures of the day, which for the few hours has made you one of the most eminent women this side of the Rocky Mountains. There's a bugle at the house here with which to make the echoes. I shall take it with me, and from time to time send up a sweet reminder that you are not to stray away and love yourself." And I'm half going to sleep, y'all. Lordy, I hadn't read but just a little bit. I just can't. Maybe I can come back later. I'll try, but I probably won't. So I'm so sorry. I've been getting whole chapters in because they've been short, and that one might be, but I just can't. I don't know if you could tell it, but I was going to sleep. Love y'all. Be sweet, don't be ugly. See you in the YT streets. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.